you know, we usually start with what are you watching. And RB3 and I got a chance to see a film that we were looking forward to seeing for a while.
Right.
If you know me, anybody that knows me, or RB3, I love Ari Aster. That dude, like, yo, I saw Hereditary, and it's crazy because, and you know what I love most about his films? All the trailers, you don't know what the hell is happening.
You have no idea.
You have no idea what's happening. Hereditary, by the trailer, seemed very straightforward. It was like
a poor movie.
Yeah, you know, you get your girl, da 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 da. I saw the movie and got turned like 15 minutes in, it becomes a totally different film.
Yeah, it's traumatic. I mean, you know, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Hereditary, but when homegirl gets her head knocked off by that pole, it's like, and they show that imagery, you're like, oof, oh man.
And Toni Collette, she's wailing, crying. Like, Toni Collette got robbed an Oscar nomination. Like, come on, son. Like, yo, the Academy, you need to get it right, man. Genre films is okay. Show love.
Because look, Peter Nyong'o also in Us, I felt like that was another one that they could have not. That was in the same year, or like the year after, the year before, something like that. So I'm like it's like, yo, there's a couple times I'm like, yo, they really robbed a really good actress of some nominations.
And I want to talk about the most recent example, Pearl, Mia Goth. She was incredible. That monologue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one take,
just I mean, also her dancing with that scarecrow, like just the emotion that you just feel, and like without words there. But like you said, that monologue at the end with the dude, and just when the credits are rolling, you just see her creepy like smile like to the camera. You're like, fam, she's on a whole nother level.
Every time I think of Pearl, excuse me, every time I think of Pearl, I think of Nicole Kidman in the AMC bumper, you know,
right.
Like it's just that's me, just smiling, just looking at it with the projection going on behind me. I love Pearl, which they got to drop on 4K. Come on, stop playing, drop that shit on 4K.
There might have to be a criterion.
Yes, I need Pearl and X, and I'm looking forward to Maxine, which I think they just started shooting. Getting back to Ari Aster, I saw Hereditary, loved it. The scene with Shorty was suspended up on the ceiling. That is one of my memorable movie theater moments, because literally you was just hearing people from one, and as the scene is, you know, the camera's fixated on that scene, you kind of hear people slowly like, whoa, is that one? Whoa, like, you know what I'm saying? Loved it. Hereditary. I mean, not Hereditary. Midsommar. Another one. I saw the trailer. I was like, what the hell is this about? But I saw Hereditary. I'm in there. That's another one. The lights came up on the movie. I was just sitting there like, what? That was just a very wicked ending to the film. You know, that whole final act of the film is like,
where are you going? Right.
Yeah.
Dude's in the bear costume. She's in the flowers.
Yeah. Like, and it was just the imagery, just seeing the dead body. It's just, oh, man, that movie is just sick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, naturally, when I heard that he was making a film called Disappointment Boulevard, you know, I was like, oh, let's see what this is about. And then, you know, I hear Joaquin Phoenix is in it. Joaquin Phoenix is intense. So I was like, oh, he's gonna go for an Oscar with this one. He's gonna give us a horror Oscar. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So trailer drops. I see animation. I see a bunch of things happening. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Right.
So, you know, we on set. My man RB3 goes, yo, check this out. They got a screening at 9-10 p.m. at Burbank. We had just wrapped for the day.
Right.
I was tired. I ain't gonna hold you.
Right.
I was running off some coffees, but you know what? I love cinema.
Right.
I said, I'm gonna go watch this shit. 3 hours.
Right. 3 hours.
I said, I'm gonna go watch this shit.
Right.
And so, I'm watching the movie. Things is happening. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I'm like, you know, eventually it's gonna make sense.
Right. It's gonna come somewhere.
It never does. It's a chaotic film from beginning to end. That man is living the worst couple days of anybody's life. It was just like whatever could go wrong went wrong with this dude.
Right.
And I kind of feel like I understand what it was going for, but it was so abstract and different.
Right.
It was like, and you know it's crazy because I know a lot of people, casual moviegoers that saw Hereditary, saw Midsommar, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna go see this film. I had to tell them, nah, bro.
Yeah,
this ain't the film for you. You know, but it's not a
casual.
But I'm saying all of this. It's not a bad film.
Right.
It's not a bad film. It's very, very different. But I'm really interested in your take because you're a filmmaker.
Right.
Your wheels turn different than everybody else's. So what did you think of BEAU Is Afraid?
Right. So here's my more like, so I have like a little bit of like interesting relationship with like Ari Aster too, right? Obviously saw Hereditary, and I didn't actually see it in theaters. I saw it on streaming. I was just too scared to see it in theaters.
Scared?
I was too scared. No, literally, even just from the trailer, everybody's telling me how twisted it was. I was like, nah, I don't need to see that.
Yeah.
Then I saw MrMarinKnows. I said this in the pod on different outlets before, but I took a first date to see Miss Somner. Not the best decision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Definitely like
first date. This guy is crazy.
You don't know what you're getting into, right? Like literally, first scene is literally parents getting murdered.
Yeah.
Second scene, dude's cheating and like, all right, this is too much.
He was the worst boyfriend ever.
Right. So it was way too much. But I realized that before even I saw Hereditary and Miss Somner, in high school, I was obsessed with this short film called The Strange Things About the Johnsons.
Oh, I didn't even touch on that. Man, Jesus Christ.
So I watched this in high school purely for the meme, like purely because I saw the dude screaming in the bathtub and I saw it on Twitter and I was like, oh, this is hilarious. Like, let me see what this film is about. I saw it in high school, loved it. I used to watch it so many times. Had no idea this was Ari Aster. Had no idea who this dude was. I thought it was just some random one-off. When I found out, and again, after I watched Miss Somner, I started looking up, all right, who's Ari Aster? I saw he did this short film. I'm like, yo, damn, what? Yeah. So then I went on a rabbit hole. I started watching his other shorts. And another short that he did was actually the same title, BEAU Was Afraid. And it is like a shorter version of a shorter like kind of concept of what this movie is. It's like 30 minutes. And I knew that short was crazy, and I knew as soon as they put the trailer out and they pulled the stuff off of YouTube, I'm like, all right, this movie's gonna be nuts. So going into this movie, I'm like, all right, this is gonna be different. I did not expect the places that this movie was going to end up going, though. Yeah. Like, I did not expect, like, for one, I'll say the first hour and a half, I'm, like, fully in for it. Like, that, it was, like, when you talk about peak filmmaking and tapping into the anxiety of a person who is just riddled with, he's dealing with, like, multiple mental illnesses, I feel like, anxiety.
That city he was living in.
Right.
That shit was like GTA times 10. It was like, where are the police officers? There's actually a police officer at one point. But, like, they're just going ape shit crazy in that city. It's like crime is running rampant. Some dude is in his drawers tap dancing, dancing salsa, I think that's it.
Literally, dude, dead body in the street.
Yeah, dead body just in the middle of the street. This dude, that the kid had the AK-47.
Right.
I saw a lot of social commentary.
Right.
Once he left the therapist's office, I saw almost immediately. I saw a lot of social commentary.
It's social commentary, and it's also, I think it's like the subjectivity of it, right? Like he has so much anxiety. I know the world probably doesn't even really look like that, right? But then like that's how he sees it. Like that's
right.
Kinda,
that's as I was watching, I'm like, are we seeing it through his point of view? Like, are we gonna get that reveal eventually? That is like, like everybody is regular. He's tripping.
Right. That's kind of what I was thinking. Like that's kind of what I was thinking the whole time. I thought they were gonna like break into that, but then there are so many times where they just blend the realism and the surrealism. That's what I'm saying. Like the first hour and a half I'm there for. There's a big scene that happens in the forest that really, I think that's a make or break moment for a lot of people. And for me, I'm like, for one in general, my stance on dream sequences. I hate dream sequences in movies. I kind of really hate them. If they're not like, it just feel like they're a waste of time. They're not essential unless it's like a flashback. Like I'm cool with it, or it's like drug induced. I'm cool with it. But if it's like just a dream sequence for the sake of it. And that's what that whole scene was. Like, and it was like a 20-30 minute one, bro. I'm like, fam, are y'all gonna wrap this up? Like, if y'all told me, okay, he took some acid, he ate some mushrooms or something happened, like before that, I'm here for that. But nah, he just kind of wakes up and then it's like another paranoid schizophrenic thing happens after that. I'm like, yo, is this real too? Like, what is real? So it's like, at a certain point, it's like, I'm glad they play with the surrealism. I'm glad we know, like, I'm glad there is that kind of like question. But they need, I don't know. My main problem is like they didn't make it clear when is that going to stop and when does it start.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That definitely, like, again, I was all in already, but I can definitely see, like you said, that shit. Yeah, now that I think about it, that is a long piece of the film,
right?
And it's like, yeah, like that might get some people to check out.
Yeah, that's when that's literally a point. I'm like, all right, come on, like, what's going on? And you're going through this, and it's an interesting thing, and that in itself, like, is probably that's another short film in and of itself.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Like, so it's like I think
a great short film at that.
Right, exactly.
But the fact that it was just thrown in here,
right. It's like, fam, nah, give me more. You know, so I don't know. I really I enjoyed it. I'll say I enjoyed the film overall. I definitely can't recommend. Like, I can't recommend it to like an average film goer without the caveat of saying like, you just be in for something. Because at least with every you know, people are comparing this movie to Everything Everywhere All at Once. Okay. I know, like, even one of the actors in the movie, Nathan Lane, he said it was like a Jewish version of Everything Everywhere. I don't necessarily know if I agree with that because at least with Everything Everywhere, like, it plays with established concepts that we know, like multiverse. Like, people are familiar with that stuff. Right. With this, is not really. It's everywhere. It does a lot of different things, but doesn't really add up to like a succinct message or story, like, per se. It does have a message, but it's like, by the time you get there, you're like, bro, really? Like, this is the mess? That's also the thing too. It's like, really? This is what? Yeah. Yo, man, this man might need some therapy, bro.
Yeah, yo, Ari Aster, man. Yo, call in, bro. We here to talk to you, bro. What's good with you? You all right? I just want to check in with you, my Jewish brother. You all right? Because you little, something's going on, bro. Yeah. But, you know, I saw a picture of Ari Aster and Mariah Carey. And I was wondering why A24 posted this picture and
the scene.
It's like, yo, man, what the fuck? I literally was in the seat just like, what? Like, and you know, and I saw something in another scene that I was like, is that what I just saw? Right. Like, when he was getting in the bathtub, I was like, did I just see what I think I just saw? Then to see it like in frame and everything in that scene, I'm just like, oh my, like, this film, I get it. I'm starting to get that he deals with a lot of guilt and anxiety, and it manifests in a lot of different ways.
Imaginary shins, like when he's like fighting the spider in the bathtub.
It was the fact, you know, I respect it in the sense that it's not spoon feeding us. It's not like, hey guys, I hope you all know this is, you know what I'm saying? Right. And one thing that I really, really appreciated, it's not even the film itself, is me walking out of the theater and the conversations that were happening in the lobby. Yes. It was like, really, people were really trying to make sense of this film. I've heard there was, you know, when the credits rolled, and even the way the credits rolled, it was just like, okay.
Right. Yeah, literally, it just happened so, like, unceremoniously. It was like, okay.
Yeah. There was a chick that was behind me, was like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Is that it? And then, like, there was guys, like, walking out, was just like, hey, bro, what did you think about it? And then it was just a lot of conversation happening at, like, almost 2 o'clock in the morning in the movie theater. You know what I'm saying? So, it's art. Yeah, it's art, and art. You know what it reminds me of? Do you play GTA?
Yes.
You know in like GTA when you get to go to the movie theater,
right?
You can watch a movie.
Yeah, and it's like the super weird, like that makes no sense.
This is that movie.
Yeah.
This is that movie. That's a perfect analogy. Like this is a movie. You sitting there, it's like, yo, what the fuck? Why am I still sitting here?
Right.
Like, this is that movie, but it's not a bad. It's so hard because. Right. I almost like, I want to run it back one more time, but I'm like, do I?
Right.
It's so time consuming.
It's 3 hours.
And it's just, it's 3 hours of a lot of what the fuck?
It's 3 hours of questions. It's it's 3 hours of questions and like no satisfying answers.
Non-stop questioning every scene. I'm questioning, who's this person? Why is this person doing that? Why is this person doing that? It was just, it's out there. But if you have an open mind, and you're open to just art,
experimental,
check it out.
Right.
Check it out. See what you could pull from it. Listen to us. See what you could pull from it. And if you want to do that, cool. If you were just a straight up, I just go to the movies and have a good time, no, do not go see this film. I know my brother is one of those, like, he like complains about the littlest of things. So it's like, I can't tell him like, yo, go check out this film. You know what I'm saying? Because he's gonna leave that shit and be like, call me like, why the fuck did you tell me to watch that movie? You know what I'm saying? But it was very, very interesting. I'm glad I got to see it. And guess what? I'm still on board. Ari, you are the man. You still an elite tier filmmaker.
Yeah.
I fucks with you. We fucks with you.
The fact that you get to make this movie and is coming out, and by the way, this is the most expensive A24 movie ever made.
Really? How much it cost?
I think it was like $50 million budget. Ooh. Yeah. So I know and then, this is why I'm going to root for the film personally, because there are people on Twitter. There's always those people on Twitter saying, it's a career killer, worst movie ever. Like, there's a
video of a dude like spazzing in a movie theater. What the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying?
I don't support that at all. Like, I want people to see it, and I think
career killer,
right? Really, some weird journalist who ain't got no career. So it's like,
you working gig to gig. You gotta write something every week. Fuck out of here.
Right? Exactly. The fuck? This man.
No disrespect to the journalist.
No disrespect. No disrespect. because
but who the fuck are you?
Right? Exactly. Don't this is an art. This is an art film. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But that's what the point is like it's about art. So again, I think people, if you want to watch that kind of film, if you're into like weird cinema, there's an audience for that. I know people who like want to go out and see like weird stuff. And honestly, I would say like if you like horror, I guess it's like a horror comedy kind of thing. Yeah. So if you kind of like horror, you kind of like comedy, and you just want to see something that's like, I don't know. I really don't know who to recommend this to, but I enjoy it. To me, to me, I walked out of this movie with the same feeling I had with that film, Sorry to Bother You, where it was like, really great film, that's really great opening. Yeah. But when it just gets to that twist that it kind of has in it, I'm like, I just can't show this to nobody. Like it's I had a great time. I had a great experience, but I can't show this to my moms. I can't show this to like my girl or anything. So it's just like I don't know.
Yeah, but Sorry to Bother. That twist, it was just like, what the hell? Like, it's a totally different film at that point, you know? And that's what kind of turned me off from it. But I got to run that back, and because we all mature as viewers, as an audience. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I don't think I slandered it, but I also definitely was just kind of like put off by it. But maybe I should run it back.
That's kind of the same thing. There's literally, there's literally another part, like not in Sorry to Bother You, but in this movie where like there's a part where I'm not gonna spoil it too much, but he goes into like some basement thing and he sees this monster. I'm like, okay, this is officially the Sorry to Bother You horse moment. Like, I'm just like, I don't know what to do here. I can't.
I was just like, whatever. I'm like, with 2-something hours in, whatever. Like, just throw anything at me. He was spitballing, like it just like, But it was cool. It was. Technically speaking, it was cool.
It was dope. It was well shot, well executed. Joaquin Phoenix was good in it.
Yeah. Which he's always good.
He's always good. Yeah, it's not gonna be standard. Again, if you into weird stuff, you into it. But if you just a general horror movie fan, you might want to stay at home. But again, I don't know. It could end up. I'm just wondering if it's gonna make money or not. Like,
well, they said it made. I think I just saw something yesterday. It said it made big because it's out limited, and they said it made like pretty good money.
Well, the theater I was in was like sold out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Same. So I think the art house crowd is gonna show up for it. Of course. Man, yeah. BEAU is Afraid, man.
BEAU is Afraid. I mean? Go check it out. If you open-minded again, go check it out.
If you're not afraid to watch BEAU is Afraid.
There you go. Go check it out.